State Ephrata getting ready for game number 2, day number 1 of the 16 to 18-year-old Babe Ruth World Series. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. Cape Cod, the New England champion, taking on Surry County, North Carolina, the Mudcats, who represent the Southeast. There you get a good look inside one dugout, that belonging to the North Carolina team. During the course of the contest, we'll take you inside. Well, we'll do it right then and there. And how about up close and personal to some of the guys playing baseball for New England? It is Cape Cod taking on Surry County, and let's get the lineup set for you. Of course, one game, by the way, under our belts in that opening contest of the day. Blue Lick, Kentucky, the Ohio Valley reps a victory over Tucson, Arizona. Pro Hammer representing the Pacific Southwest. It was a 12-4 final, a game that went the full 7. Of course, games can wrap up early if somebody's got a big lead after 4. They can go long if nobody's got the lead after 7. Cape Cod sending these gentlemen to the plate to begin this one. They are the visiting squad. They are decked out in the bluish gray and white. Michael Frazier, the second baseman, stepping in to start things off for New England. Ryan Proto, the catcher, batting in the 2 spot. Sam Majeski is the shortstop, batting 3rd. Mac LaBarge playing 3rd, will bat 4th. Will Leathers is the left fielder in the 5 spot. Nick Carr playing right field, bats 6th. Jake Morris will pitch and bat 7th. C.J. McCabe is the first baseman in the 8 spot. And you've got Nathan Amaker, who is in center field, batting 9th. There is the option. You can bat with a 9-man offensive rotation. You can bat with a 10-man rotation. Cape Cod opts to go with 9. Surry County opts to go with 10. As a matter of fact, Cape Cod is the only team thus far today. We're very early in. But to go with a 9-man. Hit to 3rd. Roberts has it. Throw into the dirt, then bobbled and picked back up at first by Durham. And Frazier is out on the 5-3 for out number 1. 1 away, Ryan Proto coming to the plate. Let's get the lineup set for you defensively for Surry County. It is Mackenzie Cook, who is on the hill behind the plate. Chandler Dolphinbaugh at first. Garrett Durham, the second baseman, is Ethan Danley. Shortstop, Clay Taylor. And at third, Michael Roberts. High fly ball, left center field, on the run, not able to get to it in center. And that is a trip over by Jed Kidd, and it will allow Ryan Proto to pull into second with a double. A 1-out double has got Cape Cod in business here in the top part of the first. The rest of that lineup, Chandler Johnson is in left. The center fielder is Jed Kidd. And at right, Tyler Whitaker. And Ryan Proto getting a big piece of it. Base runner aboard as we get this game underway, and Sam Majeski will step in. Mac LaBarge to the on-deck circle. Proto getting his lead at second. Into the strike zone, 0-1. Your officiating crew behind home plate, Dennis Duke. You've got Brian Straggy at first and Greg Chouinard at third. Hit to second, fielded by Danley, goes over to first, gets Majeski on the 4-3. Proto will go to third, but he's there with 2 away. Opening contest went a total of 2 hours and 10 minutes. And you had a total of 16 runs plate. 12 plate for Blue Lick and 4 for Tucson, Arizona. Mac LaBarge into the strike zone, 0-1. Cape Cod, a team that we saw play here in the World Series a year ago. Surry County, North Carolina, a new representative playing in the Babe Ruth World Series. Out of the strike zone to even the count at 1 on LaBarge. I mentioned in the grayish blue and white with a little very dark blue, maybe some black splashed in, is Cape Cod, and the orange, blue, and white, the Mudcats of North Carolina. Pool play today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We get into bracket play on Thursday, and it's the top 3 teams in both brackets that will get to play beyond Wednesday. You've got the National Division, which consists of Ohio Valley, Southwest, Pacific Southwest champs, Pacific Northwest, and the Washington North State champs. You've got the American Division with New England, the Southeast champ, the Midwest Plains, Middle Atlantic and Ephrata. Over into foul territory, and it is out of play. James Crenshaw is your producer. Camera crew provided by One Fiber, or iFiber rather. So thank you very much to iFiber. Well, I said one because, you know, I'm thinking they're number one. So the number one group, iFiber, providing camera ops and also giving a picture to folks that are watching from all over the Ephrata area. By the way, when the camera zoomed over into foul territory, you got a good look at what is above the fans. It's supposed to be a very hot day here in Ephrata with temperatures 100 plus. Wrap to Taylor at short. He will whip it over to first. Got a nice dig on the opposite end, the receiving end by Durham to get LaBarge on the 6-3 putout. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left on. Nobody scores in the top part of the inning. We head to the bottom part of inning number 1 as we've got baseball underway. Game number 2, day number 1 of the Babe Ruth World Series here on JockJive.com. Top of the Surry County order coming to bat when we return to Ephrata, Washington.
Kid, and I am here to tell you why fruit is good for you. It is healthy for your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your body. I've been sitting behind this big tray of fruit, and it looks so good, and it smells so good, and I haven't gotten one piece.
When your sport team has a great game or season, come celebrate your team's hard work at Lake Bowl and Moses Lake. Our Redemption Center game room is loaded with fun. Lake Bowl wants to help you recognize your team's accomplishments with fun and affordable packages. Bring your team in to eat, play, and have some fun. Team celebrations are a blast at Lake Bowl. Give us a call or visit our website for more information. Lake Bowl, Moses Lake's Family Entertainment Center.
4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left aboard. Ryan Proto with a 1-out double. He was left at third, and that's how the top part of the first comes to an end. We head to the bottom part of the inning. Surry County's got the pitcher Mackenzie Cook leading things off. Rest of the order, shortstop Clay Taylor batting in the 2 spot. Michael Roberts, the third baseman, will bat third. Garrett Durham playing first, bats fourth. The left fielder Chandler Johnson in the 5 spot. Right fielder Tyler Whitaker's got the 6 hole. Ethan Danley playing second, will bat 7th. Bailey Johnson, the extra player, has the 8 spot. Jed Kidd is the center fielder batting 9th. And Chandler Deffenbaugh will catch and bat 10th for Surry County. Cape Cod has got Jake Morris on the hill. Ryan Proto behind the plate. At first, C.J. McCabe. Second baseman is Michael Frazier. The shortstop, Sam Majeski. Mac LaBarge is at third. Outfield's got Will Leathers in left. The center fielder is Nathan Amaker. And Nick Carr is roaming right field. And there you have it, your lineup. Offense, defense. We are in the bottom of the first. Game available, obviously, on the Ephrata World Series website, Ephrata World Series 2017.com. Also available on JockJive.com. Foul out of play to begin the Mackenzie Cook at-bat. And it's also available on Facebook. By golly, we've got it everywhere. So enjoy the coverage wherever you may be. Here's the windup and delivery from Morris. The strike zone to even the count at 1. Well, during the course of the broadcast, we'll tell you how you can send in shout-outs. We'll handle that in the 3rd and 4th. Probably got some Cape Cod folks that already know the process. As a matter of fact, I'm sure we do, because in the opening game, had about 3 or 4 shout-outs from Cape Cod in the Ohio Valley Pacific Southwest contest. Hit to third, fielded by LaBarge. Over to first with a throw to get Cook on the 5-3. 1 out for Clay Taylor. By the way, it is somewhat overcast. It looks lot more hazy and smoky than cloudy. And I think that's exactly what we've got here in the Northwest. Some smoke moving in from other parts of the country. It's congregated here in the desert of Ephrata. And there's some pluses and minuses. Obviously, if you have lung conditions, that's a minus. Actually, I guess even if you don't have, it could create some issues that aren't particularly pleasant, but it's really not that thick as it's popped behind the plate, and Proto will get to it in the Clay Taylor at bat. But the plus side is the temperatures stay cooler. Yesterday was supposed to get to 102, it got to 92. And that was because of all the haze and the smoke that kept the sun from really giving us its full effect. So there is an upside to it as Michael Roberts steps in. 2 gone here in the bottom part of the first. Garrett Durham moving to the on-deck circle. You got to have a Durham on a North Carolina team as it's fouled out of play. By the way, you caught there on that shot a white tent. That tent has a 75-inch screen, couch, air-conditioned, and coverage of the game. 1 and 2 now on Roberts. So if you're here at the park enjoying the game and you go, you know, I need a little break from the heat, check it out. You can watch the game while you cool off. Stays 1 and 2 on Roberts. In the 3rd and the 4th inning, I'll go ahead and tell you in advance, prepare you so you can get those dexterity exercises in progress to be able to adequately and efficiently text. We're going to get to your shout-outs in the 3rd and 4th inning. And we'll post the number on the screen later. What a catch at second. Michael Frazier dives to his right and ends the bottom of the first. It goes 1, 2, 3. And it's compliments, in this particular case, of an outstanding Michael Frazier catch. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom part of the first. We head to the second. Leathers, Carr, Morris, all coming up for Cape Cod. Welcome to the Ephrata World Series on Jock Jive.
Hi, I'm a kid, and I am here to tell you why fruit is good for you. It is healthy for your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your body. I've been sitting behind this big tray of fruit, and it looks so good, and it smells so good, and I haven't gotten one piece.
When your sport team has a great game or season, come celebrate your team's hard work at Lake Bowl and Moses Lake. Our Redemption Center game room is loaded with fun. Lake Bowl wants to help you recognize your team's accomplishments with fun and affordable packages. Bring your team in to eat, play, and have some fun. Team celebrations are a blast at Lake Bowl. Give us a call or visit our website for more information. Lake Bowl, Moses Lake's family entertainment center.
We end at the top of the second. Will Leathers starting things off. Nick Carr, Jake Morris due up in the inning 2. The Babe Ruth World Series for the 3rd time in 4 years in Ephrata, Washington. The lone spot over the last 4 years when the series was not played here was when it was played in Oregon. Well, they're having a little field work over at first. They're doing a little work around first where a couple of tosses were thrown into the dirt in the bottom part of the inning. And there you can see that work that has stalled play for the moment, and that's too rough, I'm sure. This grounds crew, which keeps things immaculate, they're not going to let it go and just dump a little dirt or whatever they've dumped onto the field. Now here come the rakes. That's to be expected. And they'll get things appropriately and aesthetically just over at first, and we'll get the top of the second underway. Well, it gives me an opportunity to say thank you very much. By the way, Dan Proto came into the box about the 1st or 2nd inning of the opening ball game and handed me a couple of boxes of saltwater taffy, compliments of Cape Cod, and I love it. Love the opportunity to kind of get a taste of the culture from the various parts of the country. And Dan got to meet and talk with a year ago, and good to see him again this year. And Hey, it's even better to see Dan when he's carrying gifts, so thank you, Dan. And I will be indulging, probably overindulging, a little bit later on in the day. Will Leathers prepared to step into the batter's box after everything is adjusted over at first. I think everybody's happy. First baseman Garrett Durham, yep, he's content with the way things are situated there, and we'll get the top of a second underway. Will Leathers taking his strike to begin the second. Nick Carr, Jake Morris due up in the inning too. And while I've got an opportunity, let me ask you to do us a favor. This summer, the goal was by the end of the summer to get to 10,000 likes on Facebook. Well, we are about a week away from the end of the summer for us. For us, the end of the summer is the end of baseball. The end of baseball happens on the 12th of August. And we are right at 265 away from 10,000. So if you would open up a brand new browser, unless you're watching on Roku, which you can watch the game on Roku, by the way. But if you're watching on a PC, well, a mobile device, will it keep the coverage? Questionable. So I guess if it's a PC, you can do it. Will Leathers given the walk. And if you're watching on a mobile device, do it a little bit later on. But like us on Facebook. Go to Facebook, put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. Like us, and then we will keep you updated on everything that we're doing. Well, you can do it on Roku from what I'm understanding. So put Jock Jive Sports in that search engine. And on Facebook, you can like us, follow us, or just like and not follow. Of course, we prefer both. And then, of course, we'll keep you updated on scores, schedules, all kinds of information. Plus, it's social media. You know how the thing works. You want to comment as well, and do that. Good or bad, we'll take it. Plus, you can follow us on Twitter. And as a matter of fact, if you follow us on Twitter, I'll read out your Twitter handle if it's during the broadcast. Put @JockJive in the search engine on Twitter. Outside of the strike zone. That is 3 in a row outside of the zone to Carr. Out to talk with his pitcher is Chandler Doffenbaugh after Mackenzie Cook has walked Will Leathers and thrown 3 times outside of the strike zone to Nick Carr. Jake Morris to the on-deck circle. Later on in the day, the big plays during the course of the day, they'll be on Facebook and Twitter. They will be available to like, share, tweet, retweet, that kind of stuff. Back-to-back walks and a couple of base runners on for Cape Cod. Leathers walks and then Carr walks. A couple of base runners aboard for Jake Morris. C.J. McCabe is on deck. Gorgeous park here, by the way. Johnson O'Brien, which, by the way, on Facebook posted a nighttime shot of the diamond. Just a gorgeous spot for baseball here in Johnson O'Brien. Line right at the shortstop Taylor, and everybody else is safe despite the throw over to first, designed to get Carr. So 1 out on the line out by Morris. As C.J. McCabe comes to the plate, Nathan Amaker to the on-deck circle. Shoutouts coming your way in the 3rd and 4th innings. We'll reserve giving those Twitter handles out later in the game, maybe the 5th or 6th. We'll post a number on the scoreboard. Let me give it to you now, though. 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. One hop right back up the middle to Cook. He will go to second for 1. On to first in time for 2. 1 to 6 to 3. And the double play will take care of the 2 walks issued by Cook. Turns into a 4-up, 3 down, 1 left on top part of the second. We have played 1.5 going to the bottom part of the inning. Surry County coming to bat with a 4, 5, and 6 spots to up. You are watching JockJive.com.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the second, scoreless contest. Garrett Durham, Chandler Johnson due up in the inning. Ironically, it was scoreless at this point in the opening contest between Blue Lick and Tucson, Arizona. It was the bottom part of the second where Arizona opened up the scoring. We will see if the bottom of the second is the spot North Carolina opts to score. There you see a line scores. Not much thus far. Just one base hit. That was the Ryan Proto double. Otherwise, goose eggs. Garrett Durham, Chandler Johnson, Tyler Whitaker, all here in the bottom part of the second. Just a gentle breeze, that breeze blowing out. Not a particularly large park. 321 down the lines, the gaps 346 to right, 336 to left. And to center field, the deepest part of the park, 366. Frazier will field at second, get Durham on the 4-3. One out for Chandler Johnson. Each game has approximately a 3-hour window. Now the difference is, instead of a 5 o'clock game, there's a 4:30 game slated between the Washington North State champs and Southwest, but that's because that is preceded by the opening ceremony. So technically that game too will start at 5. So you got a 3-hour window if you're going to stay on schedule that you try to get all the games fit into. As I mentioned, the opening game went 2:10 and we got this one underway right about 2 o'clock. Chopped over towards short, Majeski fields and fires, and there's 2 away. That's 5 straight set down by Jake Morris. 2 outs for Tyler Whitaker. Ethan Danley to the on-deck circle. Scoreless into the bottom of the second. Routine towards center field. And there the catch will be made by Nathan Amaker. That goes quickly. Bottom part of the second. 3 go up, 3 go down. 6 in a row set down by Jake Morris. Bottom of the order in the top of the third, Nathan Amaker, the guy that just made the catch in center field. He comes to the plate when we return to Ephrata.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Top of the third, bottom of the order, Nathan Amaker will start things off. Michael Frazier, Ryan Proto due up in the inning too. Well, we're into the third. Here's what we do in the third. We take your shout-outs. 334-488-1385. We'll do it in the fourth as well. We'll post the number on the scoreboard here in just a moment as Nathan Amaker starts things off. if you remember from a year ago, we've got some requirements. Well, I guess I shouldn't call them requirements. They're not mandatory. Still read the text if you don't meet the recommendations. But here's the stuff we'd like on the shout out. Shout out to a team or a team member. Then, of course, we want to know where you're watching from. What part of the country, what part of the world. Strike delivered. There's that number, by the way. 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. And if you're watching from some unique spot, I mentioned in the opening game that these days with mobile devices, there's really not many unique spots to watch games anymore. But last year at this very World Series, had a shout out from a crop duster, and I said, prove it, and they did. Wrapped towards short, fielded there by Taylor. He will go to first, and Nathan Amaker out number 1 in the third. So that's all the stuff we're looking for on the shout-outs. 334-488-1385. We have allotted the third and the fourth innings for your shout-outs, so send them our direction. And by the way, you write them, I just read them. First one says, I want to shout out JoJo and Benji's house. Okay. Well, you have done just that. Into the strike zone, 0-1 on Frazier. Frazier wrapped into the 5-3 in the first. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Ryan Proto and Sam Majeski will follow. 2-3, Roberts has it. Another one in the dirt. And that's going to be charged, I would say, as an error. It gets Frazier on as the Roberts toss comes up a little short over to Durham. Durham trying to use the body to absorb the throw, but could not bring it in, and Frazier on. One base runner in the first, a 2-out double, got Ryan Proto on. And a couple of walks in the second, got Leathers and Carr on. And now you've got an error that gets Frazier on for Cape Cod here in the third. Ryan Proto, who had the double his last at-bat, stepping into the box, fouls it out of play. All right, here come the shout-outs. Go Surry County from the Seavers in North Carolina. Thank you very much, Seavers. Shout out to my homie Mason Ellis Wood watching from Surry County. Go Michael Roberts, Mount Airy, North Carolina. He is proud of you. Good to hear from North Carolina. Count even, 1 each on Proto. Outside, 2-1. Shout out to Mac LaBarge from his family watching from Wellfleet, Massachusetts, Cape Cod. Good to hear from MA. Proto wraps it right back up the middle. Cook's got it, goes to second for 1, on to first. It's in time for 2. Another North Carolina DP that goes 1-6-3. They did it in the second, they do it in the third. North Carolina turning the double play and getting out of the top part of the inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Danley, Johnson, and Kidd all coming up on Jock Jive.
Hi, I'm a kid, and I am here to tell you why fruit is good for you. It is healthy for your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your body. I've been sitting behind this big tray of fruit, and it looks so good, and it smells so good, and I haven't gotten one piece.
When your sport team has a great game or season, come celebrate your team's hard work at Lake Bowl and Moses Lake. Our Redemption Center game room is loaded with fun. Lake Bowl wants to help you recognize your team's accomplishments with fun and affordable packages. Bring your team in to eat, play, and have some fun. Team celebrations are a blast at Lake Bowl. Give us a call or visit our website for more information. Lake Bowl, Moses Lake's Family Entertainment Center.
Bottom of the third, Ethan Danley starts things off. Bailey Johnson, Jed Kidd due up in the inning 2. 334-488-1385 for shout-outs. There's your line score, still rather sparse. Still a lot of goose eggs on the board. And that's why we are, what, about 30 minutes in and into the bottom of the third. lot of shout-outs coming in. Let's get to some. Shout out to Tanner Dutton with the Mayberry Mudcats. We're watching from Charlotte, North Carolina. Go TCC from the Herds on Cape Cod. Shout out to James Sashin of Team Cape Cod from the Isle of Martha's Vineyard. And Coach Smith, good luck. I would like to shout out to Chandler Doffenbaugh. I am watching from Low Gap, North Carolina. I am his cousin. Thank you very much, cousin. Strike delivered to Ethan Danley as we get the bottom of the third underway. Shout out to Mackenzie Cook from Uncle Randy in Mount Airy, North Carolina. In towards center field, and on the run, the diving catch made by Nathan Amaker. Those are the kind of plays that you are going to see later in the day on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be taking the highlights, the 5 to 7 seconds of video, and putting them together, and you're going to see great plays like that one later on. That's why you're going to want to prepare to like and to retweet and to share. One away here in the bottom of the third. Shout out for Mike Frazier on Team Cape Cod from cousin Mandy and Nicole in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Fouled out of play. Best of luck, Team Cape Cod. And the heart emoji from the Florins. Out of play again, nearly the same spot. Bailey Johnson one away. We're in the bottom of the third. Scoreless contest. Well, I mentioned earlier that mercy rules could cut the game short. Sure doesn't look like we got a mercy rule coming. There is your first base runner in his compliments of a hit batsman, Jake Morris dinks Johnson. And Johnson, a big boy, you look down, it popped him. It's kind of like a, a little mosquito. Yeah, well, no problem. Just a, little dink. Pop. Nah, said, no big deal. On to first he goes. Johnson, the base runner aboard. Jed Kidd coming to the plate. Chandler Doffenbaugh moves to the on-deck circle. Shout out to Clay Cooper and the Surry County team from Jim Littleton, who is watching in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Was in Ephrata last year with Union County, North Carolina. I remember the Union County squad. Indeed, had a good series a year ago. Thank you very much for watching here in 2017. Fouled off over towards third by Kidd. Cape Cod, shout out to Nick Carr from Dan Murphy. We love you. You're so handsome. Cheering on Ethan Danley and the Surry Mudcats. We love you. 0-2 on Kidd. Hit towards short. On the one hopper, Majeski to second for one. Not in time for two over to first. But a nice Majeski play to get the lead runner. Two gone. Chandler Doffenbaugh to the plate. Kidd, the base runner, at first. More shout-outs go Nikki, sending our love from the Silvestris from Sandwich, Massachusetts. Shout out to Clay Taylor. Keep chasing your dreams from your family watching from Mount Airy, North Carolina. Go Mudcats from Surry County. Go number 1, Ethan Danley. Shout out to the Mudcats. Nice work from the family of Cooper Nestor, number 24, Keith, Laura, and Jake. 0-2 on Doffenbaugh. Kidd, the base runner, at first. Bottom of the third, 2 gone. When you get to the fourth, it is Majeski, LaBarge, and Leathers all coming up for Cape Cod. Outside of the strike zone, Morris trying to tempt Doffenbaugh. Shout out to Michael Roberts and the Mudcats team. We're watching and we're rooting for you. Watching from Surry County, North Carolina. Go Mac and Team Cape Cod from Pennsylvania. Gubby and Paula watching from Dennisport, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Throw it to first, able to get back in safely, Kidd. Let's see how close it came to an out. Well, our Camera guy anticipated a move towards second, but you see that the hand got back in by Kidd. In foul territory, will stay 2-2. Well, we do it in the third and fourth, and a lot of folks trying to get them all in before we wrap up the fourth, which is about an inning away. Tons of shout-outs coming in. Shout out to Sam Majeski and Team Cape Cod from Bob and Suzanne in Cape Coral, Florida. Go Sam the Man, Majeski, Mima, and Papa watching from Fort Myers, home of the Boston Red Sox, their spring training. And they send their love as well. Shout out to the Mudcats from the Atkinsons and Sheriff Jimmy Combs. Go Mudcats, watching from Surry County. Wrap towards short. Majeski's got it, flips it over to second, and gets the 6-4 put out. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left to board, nobody scores. In the bottom of the third, we go to the fourth. More shout outs and more baseball from Ephrata, Washington.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Top of the fourth, Sam Majeski starting things off for Team Cape Cod. It is a scoreless contest. And still, not much there on the line scores. Just a couple of blemishes, otherwise a lot of goose eggs. Well, the fourth is when we wrap up shout-outs, so let's do it rapid fire style. Shout out to Alex Eubanks. Hope that stomach feels better. Love you, big brother. And shout out to the Surry Mudcats. Let's go, guys, watching from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. Shout out to my main mascot, T. Dutton from Pilot. Shout out to Surry County and Mackenzie Cook from his proud father in Surry County. Hello, Corbin Kaiser from Keene, North Carolina. Shout out to Jed Kidd. Rock on, baby. Uncle Ed from Surry County, North Carolina. Shout out to Clay Taylor from Ryan Graham watching in Mount Airy. Jacob Lowe would like to shout out Chandler Deffenbaugh from Low Gap, North Carolina. Shout out to Jed Kidd, Surry Mudcats from the Bryants in Mount Airy. Gum Orchard Baptist Church in Surry County sends a shout out to the Mudcats. Shout out to Ethan Danley. Love Uncle Jeff and Aunt Audrey. Proud of you. Love you. Shout out to my brother Tanner Dutton. Best of luck, Cape Cod. We know you all can do this from all your fans in Holden, Massachusetts. Sam Majeski wrapped into the 4-3 in the first, batting to begin the fourth. Mac LaBarge, Will Leathers due up in the inning two. The only base hit thus far in the game was that Ryan Proto double, the second at bat in the first inning. Shout out says, when are the opening ceremonies? You said they were before the 5 o'clock game, and our schedule says they are after that game. Well, let me look and see. I was told before, but it could be after. It is at 7 o'clock, which would make it after. Well, you're always right, and typically I'm wrong. So take what I say, go to the opposite end of the spectrum, and 9 times out of 10 you get it right. Well, thank you very much. It is 7 o'clock. Opening ceremonies here at the Johnson O'Brien Stadium. So the following contest will start 30 minutes early to allow for those opening ceremonies beginning at 7 p.m. Go Jed Kidd from Surry EMC. Shout out to Ryan Proto on Team Cape Cod from Nanny. Nick Carr, I love you more than your girlfriend from Dan. Up to center field. That is a drive that has got the center fielder on the run. That is Jed Kidd, who cannot come up with it. Sam Majeski with a double. It was a one-out double. The only other base hit for Cape Cod that came in the first. This is a leadoff double from Sam Majeski. So Majeski aboard to begin the Cape Cod fourth. Mac Labarge coming to the plate. Will Leathers. He will move to the on-deck circle. That was hit a long way. It's 366 feet to the wall, and that one probably went about 360. A base runner in scoring position. Team Cape Cod trying to get the first run of the game, and they may do it with the Labarge shot into left field. Now putting on the brakes, Majeski. He will go to third, and between first and second is Labarge trying to get the runner in. Instead, the runner tagged out, and now Labarge looks over to third going, Majeski, where are you, man? I sacrificed myself to get the run in, but Majeski not willing to come home and chance the throw to the plate. So Labarge credited with a single that gets Majeski to third, but then tagged out, trying to get back to first. And there's one away for Will Leathers. Leathers a walk in the second. First pitch out of the zone. Nick Carr will follow. It was this spot on the order, the 5 and 6 spots, where Mackenzie Cook ran into a little bit of trouble. I mean, a wee bit of a stumble. He walked Leathers and walked Carr. Here's that look again. Majeski. Just not convinced he could get home. Two and one on Will Leathers. Base runner at third, one away. Leathers already has walked once. 2 walks given up in the game by Mackenzie Cook. And I mentioned that Leathers was one of the 2. Into the strike zone to run the count full. Shout out to number 10, Noah Wallers. I'm so proud of you, Mom, in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Shout out to my cousin Mason Wood and the Mudcats watching from Chicago from Davie. Go Team Cape Cod. Proto is watching from Centerville, Massachusetts. And there is another walk, third one of the game issued by Mackenzie Cook. It is the second one to Leathers. So runners on the corners for Nick Carr. Carr walked in the second. Jake Morris to follow, fouled out of play. Shout out to Sam Majeski, Team Cape Cod. Way to go, buddy. We're rooting for you from Yarmouth Port, Cape Cod. Love, big sister Jen. Shout out to nephew Mike Frazier, Team Cape Cod. Have fun, play hard. Love, Uncle Murray and Auntie Vic. Shout out to Magic Man, Sam Majeski from his dad and Monica from South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Nick Carr hits it a third, bobbled a bit by Roberts, retrieves and recovers, goes to second. Ball popped out of the mitt of Danley, but it was after he had gotten the out and was trying to make the throw over to first. Officials will score it as a 5-4 putout that's got Leathers. Meanwhile, Majeski coming in and scoring on the 5-4. And the first run of the game happens here in the top part of the inning with Jake Morris, who lined out to short, coming to the plate. Shout out to Mac and Team Cape Cod from Maddie, sister CC, brother John Paul, and Tug. Go TCC and Uncle John from Pleasant Lake Avenue, Harwich Center in Cape Cod. Hit to short. Taylor's got it. Underhands it to second. 6-4 goes the putout. And the inning, at least the top part, comes to an end, but it is a productive one. First run of the game, please. Majeski coming in to score on the 5-4 putout that Nick Carr wrapped into. We go to the bottom part of the inning, top of the order. North Carolina sending Cook, Taylor, and Roberts to the plate after the break.
Since 1969, DK's Drive-In has been Ephrata's favorite spot for burgers, fries, sweet treats, and everything else in between. We are proud to continue the DK's tradition of serving our community with delicious food made to order. Come on in or swing through the drive-thru and see why DK's has been a staple of Ephrata for generations. DK's Drive-In at 805 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata.
Lakeview Golf and Country Club. They're looking for new members, and now's the time to join. There's no initiation fee, and it's $175 a month. A great course, great people, and a professional that has instruction available. His name? Matt Campbell. Along with a good junior program, driving range and restaurant are available to the public. Come and try the good food with Amy Galloway and her staff, open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Great course, great people at the Lakeview Golf and
Top of the order, bottom of the fourth, Mackenzie Cook starting things off. Clay Taylor, Michael Roberts due up in the inning two. We do shout-outs through the fourth, so we got a bundle to get through. Shout out to number 1, Ethan Danley from Mount Airy, North Carolina, from the Turkey Ford crew. Shout out to Nick Carr from James Anal of Team Cape Cod. Shout out to Surry County Mudcat, bring home the win. Carol Hodges of Mount Airy. Let's go. Team Cape Cod, best of luck from the Deemers family watching in Mashpee, Cape Cod. Let's go, Sam and Team Cape Cod. Get this started. Love from aunt and uncle in Southwest Florida. Shout out to Alex Eubanks and Bailey Johnson from Surry County, North Carolina, Malifa and Patrick. Shout out to the Mudcats and number 13, Garrett Durham. Love you from Dad and Paige from Elkin. Watching from Dobson, North Carolina. Let's go Mudcats. Evan Miller. Shout out to my son Tanner Dutton. Love you, Dad. Nick Carr, love you more than my family. Well, it's, these shout outs sometimes get creative, I guess, or maybe lack creativity. I guess it would vary. Best of luck from Wilmington, North Carolina, Papa D. Shout out to my boy Jed and Chandler Johnson. Get love, Eric. Go Judson, shut him down, kid. Watching from Florida. Good luck, Tanner. The Mandels love you. Hit towards left field, and there the sliding catch is made by Will Leathers, and Mackenzie Cook. Out number 1, compliments of the Leathers catch in left. One away, Clay Taylor coming up. Teresa Finn from Texas waiting on Mid-County Texas game. Got it on all the TVs. Hey, that's what we like to hear. Thanks for watching all those different sets. And of course, you can watch it on Roku. Put Jock Jive Sports in your Roku device and catch the action. Shout out to Jed Ked from the Chiltons in Ararat, North Carolina. Rock on, baby. Shout out to Mike Frazier from Team Cape Cod, from your best fans. Love you so much, Grammy and Graham P. Fraser. Shout out to Eric Ramirez on the Mudcats. Into the strike zone, 2-1 on Clay Taylor. Taylor with a pop out behind the plate in the first. This North Carolina squad looking for their first base hit of the game. Go get him, Jake. Shut them down, Bud. Will Morris. Into the strike zone, 3-2. Well, we are getting Twitter shout-outs, I'm understanding, so I'm going to have to go find my Twitter account and pass those messages along. And of course, Twitter handles will, in the 5th or 6th, we may take a break in the 5th, and then in the 6th, those new Twitterers. You follow us in the 6th, and we'll give you a shout out with your Twitter handle. Wrapped over towards short, Majeski rather. Fields recovers, and I think he got it there in time. He did. And Taylor out on the 6-3. Shout out to my boy Jan and Chandler Johnson from Dobson, North Carolina. 2 gone. Nobody aboard. Michael Roberts coming to the plate. There's the play at first. Boy, that was close. These officials do an outstanding job over at first. Brian Strege. Garrett Durham on deck. 1-0 pitch to Roberts. So you got about an out left to get your shout-outs in. We'll hand out your Twitter handles in the 6th and sit back and watch a little baseball in the 5th. Popped high into the air, over into foul territory, and C.J. McCabe is there to make the catch. Shout out to the Mudcats. Love those Surry Central boys, Julie, Kevin, and Carly. Shout out to Bob Majeski from his great son Sam Majeski, making us all very proud. Go get them Mac Labarge from Addie Christine, Uncle Dan, and Olivia. Shout out to Mason Wood and all the Surry Central guys from Edie and Christie in Mountain Park, North Carolina. We're proud of our Mudcats. Hashtag water the North Carolina jerseys. Let's go Team Cape Cod. There you got it. Shout outs to end the 4th. Thanks so much for all those shout outs. We head to the 5th. McCabe, Amaker, and Frazier coming up.
Ephrata is strategically located in the center of Washington State. The Port of Ephrata can meet your intermodal transportation and supply chain needs via road, rail, or air. Our most recently available property are 2 buildings that combine for 100,000 square feet of high bay heavy manufacturing space with multiple bridge cranes installed. When the workday is over, take advantage of the plentiful recreation opportunities in the area. Bring your business back to center in Ephrata, a center for commerce, a center for opportunity, and a centered life.
For more than 50 years, Tomer Construction has been helping build the Pacific Northwest. We've led successful projects throughout the area involving portable rock crushing, road construction, land clearing, land leveling, bridge construction, and structural concrete. We also offer fill material, sand, and gravel for your everyday landscape needs. For a free quote, call today, 509-787-3312. Tomer Construction, we're ready to serve you.
C.J. McCabe beginning the bottom of the 5th. He'll take the first pitch, rapid to short, fielded by Taylor. Throw to first in time, and McCabe out number 1. Nathan Amaker, who wrapped into the 6-3, is next. Michael Frazier moving to the on-deck circle. Hazy afternoon here in Washington, sliced over towards right. And Tyler Whitaker makes the catch. A 2-pitch top of the 5th thus far. 2 gone. Michael Frazier coming to the plate as we get back to the top of the order. Frazier 0 for 2. He is ground out to third and reached on an error at third by Michael Roberts. A 3-pitch inning, a rarity. Let's see, won't get it. Pitch high inside, so a few times I can recall doing games that had 3 pitches, but not many. They're almost as rare as a triple play, which I did see, by the way, last weekend in a youth sports pitch machine World Series game. I'm trying to think of the last time we saw someone hit for the cycle. I believe it was in junior college baseball. We do work with the GCA, the Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association. Michael Frazier with a 2-out single. And we got a cycle there as Bryce Shoup did it. Haven't seen it since. We'll see if today, or at least the tournament, brings the cycle. Frazier on with a 2-out single. And Cape Cod with a base runner at first for Ryan Proto. Proto has hit a double and hit into a double play. And the double in the first wrapped into the 1-6-3 in the third. He is 1 for 2. Sam Majeski on deck. Outside with a pitch, throw to first, and Frazier back safely. Squeeze in late few shout-outs. Go TCC and CJ, Nanny, Papa, and Uncle Phil. Go Team Cape Cod, great pitching Jake, and shout out to Jed and Chandler from Cynthia Ramirez. Lifted towards center field. It is over the head of Jed Kidd. Goes all the way to the wall. Frazier will come in and score. Ryan Proto's got his second double of the game. And this one drives in the second Cape Cod run. So Ryan Proto makes it a 2-zip Cape Cod lead. And that is how you score a run, as Michael Frazier has kicked it in, and right there he's gotten the green light from coach to head on to the house, and that's exactly what Frazier does on the double by Proto. Sam Majeski, pitch on the outside part of the plate. And there's the green light and the run. Second one of the contest for Cape Cod. The rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say. Majeski wrapped into a 4-3 and doubled. He is 1 for 2. Mac LaBarge next. Surry County's fifth starts with a 4 spot. Durham, Johnson, and Whitaker, 4, 5, and 6, all due up. Here's the 1-1. Majeski outside of the strike zone. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Couple of games on Thursday and Friday. The championship at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Line right at the third baseman, Michael Roberts. Nice play by Roberts. Denies Majeski an opportunity to get on, and Proto possibly from coming in to score. Another run place for Cape Cod, though. The New England champions with a 2-run lead. We head to the bottom of the 5th. This is the Ephrata World Series.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Bottom of the 5th, Garrett Durham starting things off. Another run plates in the top part of the inning. And kind of quietly, Cape Cod has put together 5 hits. Surry County, though, looking for their first. As we head into the bottom of the 5th, Jake Morris, indeed a dandy job of pitching thus far. As a matter of fact, the only base runner was because of Jake Morris. He hit Bailey Johnson in the 3rd. Otherwise, nobody's been on. Durham, Johnson, and Whitaker due up here in the bottom of the 5th. In the 6th, by the way, if you have not followed us on Twitter, if you do it in the 6th inning, we will read your Twitter handles, acknowledge it, give you a little love. A shout out from all of us here in the 6th inning. So get ready to become a new follower and get to hear about your following and our thank you for 3 put out. That's what Garrett Durham wrapped into the last time he came to the plate in the 2nd inning. Count evens up 1 each. Well, the Boroffs here in Ephrata say this is it, their last World Series. Boy, they do a great job. I don't know if that will happen. I kind of feel like after a few years away from World Series that you may want to do it again, but they've done it 3 times in the last 4 years. Hit to center field, and Nathan Amaker makes the catch, 1 away. But it is a huge undertaking. Chandler Johnson, who wrapped into the 6-3, was the middle out of the second inning, batting here in the 5th. Tyler Whitaker will follow. 2-zip Massachusetts lead over North Carolina. Here's the Morris toss. Out of the zone, 2-1. Don't forget, too, about Facebook. I know we're going to focus on Twitter in the 6th, but got that goal of 10,000 likes. Rolled over towards second. And able to get there is Frazier. Johnson out, number 2. Little I didn't mean to swing that looked like it might have trouble written on it for Frazier, but Frazier got there easily. It gets Johnson in the 4-3 put out. Tyler Whitaker coming to the plate and heading back to the mound. Jake Morris. Shallow left field, and there's how you communicate. Majeski was backing up to make the catch. Will Leathers realizes he's got a better stab at it, and it's his call to make. Called off his shortstop. And it turns into a 3-up, 3-down, bottom part of the 5th. We're going to the 6th. LaBarge, Leathers, Carr, all coming up for New England. And new Twitter followers, we recognize you in the 6th.
Since 1969, DK's Drive-In has been Ephrata's favorite spot for burgers, fries, sweet treats, and everything else in between. We are proud to continue the DK's tradition of serving our community with delicious food made to order. Come on in or swing through the drive-thru and see why DK's has been a staple of Ephrata for generations. DK's Drive-In at 805 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata.
Lakeview Golf and Country Club. They're looking for new members, and now's the time to join. There's no initiation fee, and it's $175 a month. A great course, great people, and a professional that has instruction available. His name? Matt Campbell. Along with a good junior program, driving range and restaurant are available to the public. Come and try the good food with Amy Galloway and her staff, open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Great course, great people at the Lakeview Golf and
Top of the 6th, Mac LaBarge coming to the plate. Will Leathers, Nick Carr, 2 up in the inning, 2. And you got a new guy on the hill. Mackenzie Cook has ended his tenure, and the new guy is Tanner Dutton. So Tanner Dutton getting his final warm-up tosses in. Try to put some numbers together for you on Mackenzie Cook. He will work a total of 5 innings. He will face 21 during those 5 innings of work. No strikeouts, 3 walks. Gives up a total of 5 hits and 2 runs. And Tanner Dutton now on the hill for Surry County to face LaBarge, Leathers, and Carr. It's the 6th inning. So let's recognize new Twitter followers. You follow us during the 6th. We read out your Twitter handle, all as a show of a little love and appreciation for you following us on Twitter. Put Jock Jive in the search engine, at Jock Jive. And there you'll find us. You follow us. And again, scores, schedules, big highlights, and more. They're right there at your fingertips. Near the end of the day, we'll have clips posted from today's baseball. Wrapped over towards third by LaBarge, who is 1 for 2. He's ground out to short, and he is single. But again, to get a little love in the 6th, gotta follow us on Twitter. 6th inning only. Well, I mean, you can do it anytime you like, but that's when we have allotted to recognize you. High and away, 3-1. One run in the 4th, 1 run in the 5th for Cape Cod, a 2-zip lead in the 6th. And now the walk issued by Tanner Dutton to Mac LaBarge. And Team Cape Cod trying to put more runs on the board. Well, I wonder if we're starting a trend here. If Cape Cod goes on to win, they're the visiting squad. Opening game, it was the visiting team that won it. Still got a ways to go, though, in this one. In Surry County, by no stretch of the imagination out of this one. And Skylar underscore Jane 2007 now following us. Thank you very much. And Skylar underscore Jane 2007. Also at Steel underscore City 04. Thank you very much. Again, at Steel underscore City 04. Following us on Twitter. We do it in the 6th. You follow us, we recognize you. At Jock Jive, 3 pitches outside of the strike zone to Will Leathers. Caught the corner, and it's 3-1. Dutton walking LaBarge, and now threatening to walk Leathers. And another walk issued as Leathers is on. At I Love Nick Carr with 2 R's. I Love Nick Carr at I Love little I LOVENICKCARR. Couple of base runners on. They are both compliments of Tanner Dutton, LaBarge, and Leathers. And Anna C. Robinson won. At Anna C. Robinson won. Following us on Twitter. Thank you very much. Bunted by Carr. Nice bunt. Bare hand retrieval. Over to first, not in time. Well, the official at first, that being your first base umpire, Brian Straggy, saying that it pulled Garrett Durham off the bag. Let's see. Well, I didn't see the pull off of the bag, but I certainly saw the fact that the ball was not there in time, and a couple of base runners advance while Carr gets on. And there's that foot just ahead of the throw. All loaded up for Jake Morris. And Jules Vestal now following us on Twitter at JULESVESTAL. All 6th inning long, you follow us on Twitter and we acknowledge you. And Carly J. Bowers, thank you very much for following us at Carly J. Bowers. Base is full. Jake Morris, the irony. A Jake Morris, who has thus far pitched a no-hitter, has the bases loaded, and a guy who's obviously putting it together pitching-wise with a chance to do something offensively. The squeeze, and it runs LaBarge home to make it a 3-zip score. Laid down by Morris. Coming off the bump was Dutton to field. And Carr goes to second, Leathers to third, LaBarge will score, and Morris safely at first. And the base is still loaded. And there's some happy guys from Massachusetts. And Florin Melissa now following us on Twitter. Thank you very much at Florin Melissa. Bases loaded. C.J. McCabe, he's 0 for 2. Pops this one up to the right side. Whitaker over near the foul line, reaches back, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Leathers, and he will come in and score. Also tagging his Carr going to third. Morris will hold it first. And McCabe with a sac fly for out number 1. 1 away, Nathan Amaker to the plate. Amaker is wrapped into the 6-3. He's popped out to right field, 0 for 2. Michael Frazier moving to the on-deck circle. And Team Cape Cod building a 4-zip advantage. When you get to the bottom of the 6th, it's Danley, Johnson, and Kidd. The 7, 8, and 9 spots coming to the plate for Surry County. Carr at third, Morris on the other corner, 0-1 on Amaker. Michael Frazier moving to the on-deck circle. The right-hander awaits. Left-hander delivers the squeeze, and somebody miscommunicated. Tagged out his Carr. Throw goes to second. Morris able to get back in safely. But somebody missed their sign, and I got a feeling it was, well, I would hate to say who. It's either Amaker or the guy at third, Carr. No bunt laid down. Carr thought it was coming. Tagged out, trying to come to the house. Amaker back into the box. Morris will wind up at second. And he's there now with 2 away. Amaker wrapped into the 6-3 put out in the 3rd. First out in the inning. He was the middle out in the 5th with a fly out to right. Hit to second, fielded by Danley. Throw to first. And we'll get Amaker on the 4-3 put out. A base runner left on, but 2 coming in score. And Team Cape Cod now with a 4-zip lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You are watching the Babe Ruth World Series on Jock Jive.
Ephrata is strategically located in the center of Washington State. The Port of Ephrata can meet your intermodal transportation and supply chain needs via road, rail, or air. Our most recently available property are 2 buildings that combine for 100,000 square feet of high bay heavy manufacturing space with multiple bridge cranes installed. When the workday is over, take advantage of the plentiful recreation opportunities in the area. Bring your business back to center in Ephrata, a center for commerce, a center for opportunity, and a centered life.
For more than 50 years, Tomer Construction has been helping build the Pacific Northwest. We've led successful projects throughout the area involving portable rock crushing, road construction, land clearing, land leveling, bridge construction, and structural concrete. We also offer fill material, sand, and gravel for your everyday landscape needs. For a free quote, call today, 509-787-3312. Tomer Construction, we're ready to serve you.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Danley, Johnson, and Kidd 2 up in the 6th. Brand new Twitter followers, we recognize you, and when we do, it's giving you a little love at Susan_Proto. Sending or are now following us on Twitter at Susan_Proto. Got a feeling that she might be somehow related to maybe Ryan and Dan. Got a feeling that might be true. Also at Wendy McSwain, now following us at Wendy McSwain. We do it in the 6th. If you follow us, we acknowledge you. Yeah, we're trying to build Twitter numbers, but want to thank you too for following us on Twitter and for watching game coverage. There's your line score. 4-6-0, double on and 2. Ethan Danley starting things off. Into the strike zone from Jake Morris. Bailey Johnson, Jed Kidd due up in the inning 2. Count evens up 1 apiece. Danley with a fly out to center field, the first out in the 3rd inning. By the way, when you come to the park, be sure to ask, where can I get a DVD copy of this game or that game? Got a tent here with a vendor that is selling DVD copies of the game, and you're going to want your copy. Charging in from short, Majeski, and that ball will roll into left field. Majeski covering second, but not before the arrival of Ethan Danley. Let's see if that is scored as a base hit. I think it probably will be. If so, it'll be the first Surry County base hit of the game. I don't know. It was going to be difficult to get it over to first, but that was one that was retrievable by Majeski. Well, they just put it as an error on the wrong side of the board. But I think that is going to be on the Cape Cod shortstop here in just a moment. First base runner on, first one in scoring position. Danley at second for Bailey Johnson. I say first on, actually Johnson hit by a pitch in the third, was the first base runner. Majeski over to first, got the out there, throw back over to third, diving in safely is Danley. 6-3 put out gets Johnson. Danley is at third. And again, they have not on the scoreboard put a hit up for North Carolina. They did put an error up for North Carolina, but I'm thinking that was a mistake, and the error should have been charged to Cape Cod's Sam Majeski. And that's why you've now got a base runner in third, Danley, and Chad Cadd coming to the plate. Chandler Dolphin ball moving to the on-deck circle. Into the dirt with a toss. Not a lot of pitches either from Jake Morris. That's his 63rd. And we're in the bottom of the 6th. Too far inside 2-0. 1 hour, 15 minutes into the game. And into the bottom of the 6th. James and I have done games where we were in the bottom of the 2nd, an hour 15 in. Did the World Series in Oklahoma, where I think the shortest game of the World Series went about 240, 245. Did some state tournament play in Ozark where there were long games there too. But thus far, this one has gone quickly. Joe Cadd wrapped into the 6th for his last at-bat. Swings, misses, and is out number 2. Well, despite the fact that Jake Morris has not given up a base hit, that is the first strikeout for Morris. Groundouts and flyouts. Chandler Dolphin ball, who wrapped into the 6-4. You got a brief look at third. Danley trying to become the first run of the contest. One 1-0 pitch. There's the first base hit of the ball game for Surry County as Chandler Dolphin ball, the 9-hitter, actually the 10-hitter, produces the first run and the first base hit. And North Carolina on the board in the bottom of the 6th. So the no-hitter broken up with 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th as Dolphin ball delivers. Back to the top of the order, Mackenzie Cook, who is wrapped into the 5-3 and popped out to left, comes to the plate. Dolphin ball getting back in safely. Throw from Morris. Out of the strike zone to Cook. Cook ground into the 5-3 in the first. Flew out to left field in the 4th. Both times the first out of the inning. Drives this one towards right, but right at Nick Carr. So North Carolina gets on the board. North Carolina gets their first base hit. They're certainly still in this contest as we head to the top of the 7th, top of the order. Cape Cod's got Frazier, Proto, and Majeski coming to the plate. Hey, thank you for the new Twitter followers. Back with the 7th after the break.
For us frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Top of the 7, top of the order. Michael Frazier starting things off. Tanner Dutton worked the 6th, but he won't work the 7th. There was a new pitcher in. That is Carter Graham. Third pitcher of the afternoon for the North Carolina team as we get into the top of the 7th. Quick look at the Tanner Dutton numbers. He worked an inning. No strikeouts, a couple of walks. He faced a total of 6 and gave up a hit as well as a couple of runs. And the new pitcher is Carter Graham here in the top of the 7th. Second game of a 4-game day. You got a 4:30 matchup between the Washington area North state champs and then the Southwest champions. 8 o'clock tonight, Ephrata will take on the Midwest Plains champions. And in between games 3 and 4, opening ceremonies. Next matchup slated for a 4:30 start. And it is hoped by officials that it will last until about 7 o'clock. And then the opening ceremonies that officially, despite the fact the games are underway, it officially puts the World Series in forward motion, will happen around 7 o'clock. Michael Frazier, who is 1 for 3, starting things off. Our producer James Crenshaw wondering if fireworks are part of the opening ceremonies. I don't think they were last year, were they? Oh, they were, huh? Okay. Well, we will see if fireworks are again part of the festivities here. Too far inside, 3-1 on Frazier. Ryan Proto, Sam Majeski due up in the inning too. We are in the 7th, top part of the inning, a 4-1 advantage. Outside, and Frazier given the walk. That is the 6th walk issued by Surry County pitching. Ryan Proto, who's had a couple of doubles and hit into a double play. 2 for 3 in the game, steps in. Sam Majeski to the on-deck circle. Cape Cod trying to get the run back. Given up in the bottom part of the 6th. Frazier takes off immediately. Throw is not there. Just a little high with the throw. It was actually in the mitt of second baseman Ethan Danley in time, but just a little bit too tall. And Frazier able to slide in underneath. There's the throw, and again, if it's more so towards second, it's got him. But just a little bit high. That one deposited into right field by Ryan Proto. And Proto will pick up his 3rd base hit of the game. Proto at first, Frazier the base runner at 3rd. And Sam Majeski comes to the plate with a couple of base runners aboard. Well, you know, athletes are very superstitious. And Ryan Proto, who now goes to second there safely. Throw goes to 3rd. Back safely is Frazier. It was Ryan's dad who brought us Taffy. And his son has played very well today Could it be as a result? I mean, I'm just kind of putting in for some gift tomorrow. I mean, I'm thinking maybe that's why he's playing so well. We were doing a junior college tournament back in, I guess it was May, in Georgia, and the East Georgia coach, his team had gone, I think, to Chick-fil-A, and his parents had visited, and they won the game, and he visited me in the box for an interview. So that was all part of this superstitious thing, as this one is lifted into center field by Majeski. Frazier will come in and score. Prono, he's to the house as well. And Majeski will wind up at second. So a couple of RBIs on the Majeski shot, credited with a single, but goes to second on the throw to home plate. And Mac LaBarge will come to the plate with 2 in, and Cape Cod with their largest lead of the game. But again, back to the story with East Georgia, then after the victory, he just felt the need to do the exact same process again until it didn't pan out. So they went to Chick-fil-A again, and the parents visited again. So I'm wondering, maybe, you know, coach brought a gift and son's playing well. Maybe coach brings a gift. No, I don't want to wear out the welcome and the thank you. 0-2 on LaBarge, and where North Carolina is concerned, there are plenty of innings in which 5 or more runs have been scored. So just because Team Cape Cod's got the advantage currently doesn't mean a productive bottom of the 7th isn't possible for NC. Popped up by LaBarge to first. Durham will make the catch, and there's one away. 1 out for Will Leathers. Leathers 3 trips to the plate, 3 walks. Walked in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and in the 6th. Scored in the 6th. Nick Carr is on deck. 1-0 to Leathers. When you get to the North Carolina 7th, Taylor, Roberts, and Durham. 2, 3, and 4 spots to him. Fouled out of play. And as I mentioned in the opening game, 1 loss does not take you out of the scenario at all for a World Series. 2 losses don't take you out. 3, you're on the bubble. Popped up to left. And there the catch made by Johnson, 2 away. Now you likely will have, although you're certainly not guaranteed, but it's very common to have somebody unbeaten in the divisions. But you know, you've got 5 teams in both divisions, so beating up on one another a real possibility. So again, North Carolina wants to come back in the bottom of the 7th, but if they don't, they're certainly not out of the picture. In tied on Nick Carr. Carr has walked, ground out. He has gotten aboard as well in the 6th. Compliments of a walk, popped up, fouled out of play. Jake Morris hoping for an opportunity in the 7th. North Carolina trying to get to the bottom part, send the 2, 3, and 4 spots to the plate. Delivered into left field, base hit. Let's see if that will score Majeski. Nope, he puts on the brakes at 3rd. Nick Carr over at 1st. Base runners at 1st and 3rd for Jake Morris. Morris with a line out to short, a ground out to short, then was intending on laying down the suicide squeeze, turned into a bunt single that drove in a run in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. 0-1 on Morris. That was toss number 23 from Carter Graham. C.J. McCabe on deck. Into the strike zone again. Carter Graham, the third pitcher of the afternoon for North Carolina. Runner goes, throw to second. It's there. Nice throw down by Dolphin Ball. Able to get it to Danley. Danley lays the tag on Carr. Couple of runs played though. New England's advantage now 5. A 6-1 lead as we head to the Southeastern champions, North Carolina's bottom of the 7th. Taylor, Roberts, and Durham all coming up when we return.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Friday. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
Bottom of the 7th, Clay Taylor is starting things off, and he will do so against a new pitcher, James Sashin. He is now on the hill, so Jake Morris will throw 72 pitches during his 6 innings of work. Give up 1 base hit. He will face a total of 20, 1 strikeout, no walks, 1 hit batsman. So some pretty good numbers for Jake Morris. How about some really good numbers for Jake Morris? James Sashin stepping in to take the spot that Morris occupied previously. Boy, he's got some big shoes to fill after that 1-hit performance by Morris. As we take a look into dugouts, not a real happy North Carolina dugout currently, but that could change with a productive bottom part of the 7th. Clay Taylor, Michael Roberts, Garrett Durham coming to the plate. The 2, 3, and 4 spots 0 for 6 overall. Only base hit of the game came from the 10-hitter, Chandler Dolphinbaugh, who had an RBI single in the 6th. A little more happiness on that side of the diamond. Final conversation, Sashin with Ryan Prono. And Clay Taylor will step in to begin the bottom of the 7th. And don't forget about Facebook, by the way, trying to get to 10,000 likes on Facebook by the end of the summer. Let me give you an update on where we are currently. I think we were about 265 away from where we wanted to be in the like department. Go to Facebook, put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine, and we will go ahead and thank you in advance. We are 241 away from 10,000. And you know, we're covering a World Series down in Alabama, and there's 6 guys on 6 fields, and I want us to have more. I want this 1 guy, 1 field, well, 1 crew, 1 field coverage to, you know, kick those fannies down in Alabama. So let's do all the liking on Facebook here. Jock Jive Sports in the search engine, and we'll thank you for following and liking. Pitch high to Taylor. Have got some shout outs in, and we don't want to be chintzy with the shout outs. Get everybody an opportunity, those that missed the 3rd and the 4th. Shout out to Jed and Chandler. Love y'all from Claudia Estrada, Dobson, North Carolina. Shoutout says kick butt Mudcats, Reed and Alley. Good butt Screech. Good job, my nephew. I'm watching in Worcester. Love you. Come on, Team Cape Cod. Lots of love and support from Cape Coral, Florida. From aunt, uncle, and grandparents of Sam Magic Majeski. Count full on Taylor. He popped out behind the plate and ground out. There is a strikeout. It caught the bat of Taylor and then popped right into Proto's mitt. And there's one away in the bottom of the 7th for Michael Roberts. Shout-outs on Twitter, watching from Dobson, North Carolina. Go Mudcats. Excellent broadcast. Thank you for providing. Shout-outs to Tyler Myers, Chandler D, and all the Surry men representing. Well, thank you very much. Let's go Surry Mudcats. All kinds of means by which to get info to us. Facebook, Twitter, text. And by the way, how about one other task? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I mean, now, these games aren't on YouTube, but we do have some youth sports. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, there are some games streaming live on YouTube right now in Oxford, Alabama. Wrapped over towards third, LaBarge Fields. Quick throw across the diamond. It's a low one, but grabbed by McCabe, and there's 2 gone. Breeze beginning to pick up a bit and blow into the face of the hitter. For the better part of today, it has been blowing out, but starting to blow into the face of the hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. Garrett Durham 0 for 2. He's ground out in the 2nd, popped out to center field, lifts this one in the direction of right, but it's going to tail off into foul territory and turn into an 0-1 count on Durham. Well, as we get to the end of the broadcast or near it, don't forget 4:30, Washington North State champs and the Southwest champs. 8 o'clock tonight at Freda in Midwest Plains. Swing and a miss by Wood. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You want DVD copies of the games? Available here at the park, $9.99 a piece. Get over towards LaBarge at third. Can't find the handle on the baseball. He'll throw over to first and get the runner, Durham. 5-3 goes the putout. Looked like, and he was about to be charged to LaBarge, but he hung with it. Goes over to first and gets Durham on the 5-3 putout, and the game will come to an end. It takes a total of 1 hour and 39 minutes. A one-hitter from Jake Morris, and Cape Cod coming away with a victory 6-1 over the Mudcats of North Carolina. Well, coming up at 4:30, Washington area North State champs, Southwest champions, all right here on jockjive.com. Thanks so much for watching our coverage. Thanks for the new followers on Twitter, all the text shout-outs. We will see you all tomorrow. We've got baseball coming up at 4:30. If you want to watch some other teams participating, your up-and-coming competition, then come on back at 4:30 and enjoy the coverage. James Crenshaw has been at the helm, producing the coverage and giving you all the extra looks, the different angles, and the graphics. I'm Robert Williamson saying thank you.